EndZoneReport.net. Let's go. Here are your top fantasy players for the week. I'm going with 3 running backs and a wide receiver. Braylon Edwards, wide receiver. Now with the Jets. I love that trade. Big time talent wasted on a very bad team. Now he's with the Jets. Team up with Mark Sanchez. That'll be a dynamic duo. As far as the running backs, I like Brian Forte this week. He's had a okay season this year, but against Atlanta and their surprisingly weak run defense, I think he'll have a strong game. Another running back, Clinton Portis, Washington. He should have a very good game against that very weak Kansas City defense. Cedric Benson, running back, Cincinnati. He's having a great year, leading the league in rushing. I like him this week. And now for the Pine Boys. These are the guys you don't want to play. This week I'm going with something different. I'm going to have a couple of defensive recommendations as well as players that you want to stay away from. As far as players, Mike Turner, running back, Atlanta. He's having a very solid year this year, but this week would not play him against that very strong Chicago run defense. He will not put up big numbers. Surprisingly, Arizona, who would have thunk it? The number 1 defense against the run. Why am I bringing this up? The Seattle running backs, both of them, Edgerrin James, Julius Jones, would not play either of them. I don't think they'll put up any kind of numbers this week. Against Arizona? Who would have thought it? Now for the defenses. I really don't like Tennessee's defense against New England. They've really underachieved this year. And New England out for blood after losing to Denver. Don't use Tennessee's defense. And what should be a very good game this week, New Orleans versus the G-Men. Why am I bringing this up? New Orleans defense. They play very well this year, surprisingly well. But against the Giants, I would not use them. My plays for the week. I like Cincinnati at home to beat the Texans. Green Bay off a bye week to beat Detroit. And what should be a good game, I like New Orleans to beat the Giants. In AFC rivalry, I like Pitt over Cleveland. In the who cares game of the week, Carolina over a bad Tampa team. Jacksonville will beat St. Louis. St. Louis is this year's Detroit. Will they win a game? I doubt it. NFC West rivalry, I like Arizona to beat Seattle. Philly goes west. Sounds like a bad movie, but they'll beat the Raiders this week. I like New England to bounce back against Tennessee this week. Wow, Tennessee winless. Who would have thought it? I like the Jets to bounce back and crush Buffalo. A very good Atlanta team will beat Chicago. I give Washington a slight edge over Kansas City. In my games of the week, I like San Diego to upset Denver, giving Denver their first loss of the year. Along the same line, I like Baltimore to upset Minnesota, giving Minnesota their first loss of the year. For your best fantasy football information and your top weekly picks, come to the EndZoneReport.net.